What's up, everybody? It's Chosen, man. And so today, I just wanted to make a video with the top principles I have learned from the Godfather, Kevin Samuels, man. Like, great dude in my estimation. Obviously, I didn't know him personally or anything like that, but just someone I was able to call my mentor, like someone I took his teachings very seriously and took heed to him, and still continuing to do that. Long live Kevin Samuels. But like I was just, talking to myself, just in my mind about like, I don't even gotta say long live KS. Like his content gonna do that itself. Like his teachings are gonna live on forever. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope. I think that's dope about content creators, music, movies, books. Like you're in control of your legacy to a certain degree. You leave your own mark, you leave your own legacy, and you leave something behind. Like people can say whatever they want to say, but there's always going to be your teachings, your principles in written form or now video form, YouTube or whatever, or what have you. But like, obviously you have movies, people who have passed on, they have movies to carry on their legacy, and people know about them 50, 60, however many years later. So I think that's super dope, and I'm glad that I'm in this space, because I want to do the same thing, you know what I mean? I don't want too many people to be able to have their say on my legacy when I transition. Like, I want to be able to have a say on my own legacy. I want you to be able to form an opinion of your own. So I think that's just super dope, and I'm glad I'm in this space. I'm glad I'm going to be into film. I'm glad I'm going to be on YouTube. We got Instagram. We got all types of platforms that we could leave our legacy, and it's important how you do that. So yeah, I got some principles here. I even wrote them down just to make sure. I could have like broke it up into clips and made it seem like it was all bad, but we organic with it over here. And so I wrote some principles down, about 8 principles, and then just some other things amongst many other things that you could really point out that KS taught, man. Taught so many good principles, so many good fundamentals for young men and women, really. I'm gonna go on. Talk about a few of them. So, first one, be the biggest failure. Go out and be the biggest failure, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, when he told me that resonated with me. Maybe because I failed a lot, but also because I'm ambitious, man, and I'm not scared to fail. You know what I mean? Per se, because I do still deal with fear and doubt, and that has kept me from being the best version of myself to an extent. However, when I put it in my mind, and when I have self-belief, and when I'm self-driven, I'm not afraid to try anything, regardless of the worst outcome or what have you. To me, the worst outcome is, shoot, we just have to start from level 1 again. Like, and to me, I'm never. It's not that it's never been hard, but getting up and shaking back. That's what I should say. Shaking back has never really been like a huge problem for me. It may take me a while, but I always end up shaking back and finding something, always. So when he said be the biggest failure, it's like I resonated with that because I knew he was trying to change the meaning of that word to young men and young women. He's like, man, listen, y'all are young, and he was talking specifically to a younger audience. He's like, y'all are young, like, go out and be the biggest. He said, I want you to go out and fail as many times, man. Just be a failure. Because he knows that with that comes lessons. He knows that the biggest earners and the people with the biggest platform, the biggest legacies, were also failures. Like they went through lots of failures to get where they were at. He knows that failure is a part of the process. I mean, how do you get bigger muscles? Muscle failure. Like, so he's just saying, like, stop thinking of it as failure. Stop letting people get you down because you failed at things. No, realize that it's only gonna make you better, and go try to fail some more. Because what it should do is make you want to find success in those failures. Okay, I tried to do this method over and over and over, it's not working. How can I tweak it to find my success? So resonated with me because, like I said, I'm an ambitious person. I'm not afraid to try anything, and I'm in that stage in my life. I'm 27, and I'm trying to do anything I can. And I know that some people, it may look crazy or what have you, but it doesn't matter. I know I failed at things in the past, but it was lessons that I had to learn. You know, like Larry June say, or a lot of people say, the L's mean lessons, not losses. You know what I mean? Like, man, go out and try as many things, y'all. Like, you'll find your niche. This life is long to a certain degree, depending on your perspective. Go out and find your niche. Try as many things. Something will stick. It will hit. You keep working at it, you keep doing what you're supposed to do, something gonna hit. So that's what I take from that. Be the dumbest in your group. And I didn't really know the impact this could have or the importance of this. I've heard it before, but because right now I'm currently in that space where I'm not the smartest in my group. You know, people are more tech savvy around me. People are into crypto. People are into trading. You know what I mean? You know, all types of different things when it comes to marketing and Instagram and, oh, I've done this course, I've done that course, or don't say I can't. You know, that's speaking it into existence. Just a lot of like different things that I'm not really hip to. And the ego in you is like, damn, like they trying to make it seem like I'm stupid, or you know, or I just feel stupid. And that's okay. Be the dumbest in your group, because if you're the smartest in your group, what they say, that's a problem. So be the dumbest in your group. Like I said, I'm in that space. If you're not in that space, find that space. Be the dumbest. Be okay with asking dumb questions. Be okay with them giving you answers. Most people are not gonna be assholes about it. Like the people I'm with, they're not assholes about it. I keep saying like, man, my bad, like I'm just not tech savvy, or man, my bad, it's my first MacBook or whatever. And they just like, nah, dog, we understand. Like, most people are not gonna be assholes about it. Just go ahead and ask the questions. Ask the questions. Ask the questions, because that's why a lot of us don't know what we're supposed to know, because we're afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to not know, because now you'll know. Have a wolf pack, you know what I'm saying? We can't do this thing alone, like, and I've been trying to do that. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that. Actually, what's funny is I've always kind of been a loner to a certain degree. Like I've always had a lot of friends, a lot of people that enjoy being around me, but I also enjoy my own space as well. But recently, in the Army in particular, I was looking for a wolf pack, but I was looking for the wrong wolf pack, and it bit me. It came back to bite me. It came back to harm me in a major way. So if you don't feel like you need to have friends just to have friends, you know what I mean? Or people that are not necessarily good for you, but that you got love for, whatever, that shouldn't be in your wolf pack. Your wolf pack, preferably you're not the smartest. You know what I'm saying? And your wolf pack is doing things similar to you. Y'all might not be doing the exact same thing, but they're doing things similar to you. Y'all are all playing y'all role. You know what I mean? Y'all kind of have similar, it's gotta be similar. You guys gotta be in alignment. You can't have a wolf pack where y'all all living different lives, or they're living totally different lives, and you can't do that. It's not gonna work. So that's why it haunted me, and I was like, oh, F that. Once that happened, I was like, man, I guess I'm just not gonna really be a guy that just has close friends. But KS got me off that. That was this year he got me off that. I've seen a lot of teachings about that. You know, he even talks about rooming with guys, you know what I'm saying? If you're under the age of 30 or 30, even 30, like 30, early 30s, room with people so that way you can get to the next level. That way you're not paying such a big overhead. That way you can invest in yourself and your self-improvement. I know it sounds crazy, fella. I know we want our own space. Trust me, I'm that same way. I've had 2 bad roommate situations with homies that were friends, so I know. You know what I mean? But there are situations where, you can live in a duplex, or there's like, 4-bedroom houses, and you guys all pay a certain rent. So there are situations you can find. I know it's not always easy to find, fellas, but if you can, try to room with somebody shoot, Airbnb, you know, because Airbnb is good for people that are out trying to be the biggest failure, that are out trying to try everything and that want to be mobile. You know what I'm saying? People that are on the go. And I don't want to take it out of context and make it seem like it's always good to just keep trying and stick. Nah, sometimes you need to stick with something for sure. You know what I mean? But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But like I said, Airbnbs, you know, there's you know, roomies.com or roomies, there's an app for roommates. So you could try to make it work. That way you're not paying such a big overhead. Sometimes you won't just have that luxury, and maybe you need to just go with a you know, a pretty low, you know, a low rent somewhere, and not find some player ass shit, but just put your head down, live in a one bedroom, live in a studio for less than 800, less than 700, maybe less depending on where you live, and just, you know what I mean? So yeah, we definitely gotta get out of that mindset. It's circumstantial, but try to find a roommate, try to find roomies if you can, because, you know, as young men, like he was saying, we kind of got to get out of that mindset where we got to live on our own, we got to be player with it, because a lot of us just don't have it. That's what it boils down to. A lot of us just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of dudes that's pressuring you to get your own spot, that was, oh, when I was your age, I was by myself. A lot of them dudes be staying with people now and they 40, so don't worry about it, y'all. Like, we gotta change our mindset, because people be trying to put in our head we gotta be on our own, but some of them not even on their own. So just think about it, you know what I mean? If you're a young guy, you should be working 60 plus hours, man. Young or old, really, you should be able to be fit enough, especially if you're, you know, financial state, you know, requires that. But yeah, you should be working 60 plus hours. Like, fellas, we gotta step our game up. I still need to do it myself. Like, I'm working 6 days a week right now, like just on my own, filming with people, working out, just, you know, having full days. We need to be working 8 to 12 hours every day, if, you know what I'm saying, for ourselves. Like, we really do. So, or if you're in a position where you need to have 2 jobs or whatever the case may be, but you need to be working 60 plus hours. And he has videos where he breaks down, if you're working as a server, and you're also working at, you know, a convenience store or like grocery store, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you got a full-time job that should take care of your overhead and the things that you need, essentials, food, stuff like that. And then your part-time should be taking care of, like, your self-improvement, your coachings, stuff like that. So I think the video is what I would do if I was under 30, what I would do, you know, or if I was 25 or something like that, if I was a young guy. So yeah, like, definitely we need to be working, fellas. And like I said, if you're working 2 jobs or if you're working for yourself, we need to be working a lot of hours. And I definitely agree with that. So if you're gonna be with the women, have clear intentions. And I don't know if he necessarily ever really stated this verbatim, but I kind of took this from what he was saying. Now, Kevin Sam, KS game is a little bit more straightforward and direct with women. That doesn't always work. However, I heard a wise man say it's gonna weed out the weak ones. It's gonna weed out the women that don't really want you, that don't want to be down with your program. So there is some truth to it. But even if you are gonna have a little bit of game with it, still have clear intentions what you want with this woman and what she's actually gonna be able to provide for you. Is this just a, you know, hookup deal? Is this a, you know, long-term hookup deal, short-term hookup deal? Could you see yourself marrying this girl and having kids? But even when that situation comes up, you know, can I see myself marrying her? Yeah, I could. Well, how long? Because if you don't see yourself marrying her for 5 years, then you're not ready to get married. See what I'm saying? But if you can see yourself getting married in a year, now that's more realistic for you. You know what I mean? Because I caught myself in a relationship talking about marriage when I'm simply not ready for marriage, just financially, not even accounting any other things. Just financially, I'm not ready for marriage. Like, I'm like years and light years away from that. You know what I'm saying? So have clear intentions about who you are, what you can do, and what she can do, and what she can provide for you. If she's a lioness or a lady tiger, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lioness is someone who's a little bit more cooperative and wants to have a family and wants to do that type of deal. Lady tiger she's just a short to long term deal. Eventually it's gonna fizzle out, cause you know they boss chicks now. You know, so fit over fashion. I love this one, man. Fashion is definitely important. However, especially for us men, if you just look, I mean, really anybody, if you just look the part, if you look right in your clothes, it doesn't matter. Like he said, basic little suit. He was explaining this outfit he put on, basic little suit with a turtleneck. That outfit is crazy. I've never put nothing on like that, but I know once I do, that outfit is crazy. Beard lined up. Right now I'm growing out my hair, so I'm gonna have an afro, I'm gonna have a short cut. Smelling good, cologne, fit right, tailor fit over fashion, man. Even just things as simple as shirts and shorts and all that stuff. If you can look good in what you wear, you can shop at Target, fellas. You know, but at the same time, there are certain things that we like that we want to spend money on. Some people like shoes, dress shoes. Some people like sneakers that we want to spend money on. Some people like to have expensive accessories. You know, whatever it is you want to spend your money on, but you don't have to have a $10,000 fit on to look the part. You know, that's the point. Fit over fashion, y'all. So let's get in shape. That's what I'm doing right now. Down 15 pounds, by the way, in my first month in Mexico. Moving out of your comfort zone, you know, and that has to do with just being the biggest failure, like just moving out and really getting comfortable being uncomfortable, fellas. Like I gotta start enjoying the process of becoming great. And I've done it before. Like before I went to the Army, like I said, I had to lose a lot of weight. And I remember working at Quick Trip, doing 8 to 10 hour shifts, then going to the gym, because I had a gym right across the street and I had a track right across the street. It was fall, then it became winter, it was cold. I was getting my running in, hoodies on, music blasting, running, Stairmaster, treadmill, oh man, locked in. People would see me running around the neighborhoods, like, you know, within a 5 to 10 mile radius. People would come to Quick Trip like, oh, that was you with the book bag running the other day. Like, man, I was getting it in, y'all, like locked in. Like, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's enjoy the journey, y'all, not the destination. Quick little anecdote for Kyrie Irving. He was like, you know, I worked my whole life to get to the NBA championship, and then once I actually won it, the one he won with Bron, he was like, he felt empty. He didn't feel like fulfilled. So he went on another journey, fellas. Like, don't let that go over your heads. He enjoyed the journey to get to the championship, but when he got to the championship, he wasn't fulfilled. He wasn't satisfied. So he went on another self journey to find out who he was, find out his tribe, find out all this awesome stuff. Like, y'all, the great ones enjoy the journey. They do not enjoy the destination. When they get that first milli, they're not like, oh, let's go spend some, let's go have fun, just for tonight, just for the... Nah, they like, okay, I got my first one. How do I get 5 more? How do I get 10? Gotta get like that, fellas. So, that's that. And also, too, fellas, like, depending on your age, and I'm talking, and this women, too, you know, anybody can use this type of advice. That's why it's so great. But, like, take 6 to 12 months, man, putting your head down. If you need longer, if you need 12 to 24 months, put your head down and work, fellas. Anytime I've ever got something, it's because I put my head down and I worked and I blocked out the outside noise. Like, we gotta. That's something that I cherish that he says, because he's like, yo, you can use 6 to 12 months and set yourself up for the next 20, 30 years of life. You know, just from learning a lot in that 6 to 12 months, making decisions. Hey, I'm gonna be fit. hey, I'm gonna seek knowledge. Hey, I'm gonna do this and do that, and I'm never gonna stop again. And I've seen people with my own eyes make this decision, and they take that time out, and the next thing you know, they never go back because they literally use that year, that 2 years, that 3 years to set themselves up. They didn't worry about missing nothing. You know what I mean? And they just set themselves up for a lifetime. Like, for me, I got a problem. I've had a problem in the past with FOMO, fear of missing out. Boy, oh boy, that will kill you. That almost killed me, y'all. Seriously. Fear of missing out with friends, women, money, Instagram, all this other crap, traveling. Y'all, yes, life can end at any time, but at the same time, if you're meant to be here for a while, you're gonna be here for a while. You're not missing out, really. You gotta lock in, y'all. I gotta lock in. We can do this, young man, young women. We can do this. We just gotta lock in, you know? And then just some things like that I think, just some little tips that I want to implement, and that some that I have implemented, but like, you know, also always carrying like a tactical knife, even if you don't carry a weapon, which is definitely preferred, but if you got at least a tactical knife, we can do pretty much anything with a knife, y'all. So that's definitely something that I like that he used to talk about. Wearing suits frequently. My body is not for suits just yet, but I'm gonna get there. My body will be for suits, and I will be wearing suits frequently. Maybe not every day, obviously, but definitely something you could find this occasion to wear a suit for sure. So whether it be at, you know, going to an outing with friends or outing with a female, you could find a way to wear a suit. So even if you're just taking pictures, even if you're just doing a video like KS, like I gotta start wearing suits, and I will soon once I get my body right. Cologne, definitely a good investment. And taking boxing lessons and like taekwondo, kung fu. Definitely want to have your hands elite, fellas. Like, that's something I want to get into as well. I know it's great for health and fitness as well. And know it's great for health and fitness as well. So definitely need to consider that, fellas. That's that self-improvement money. You know what I mean? Getting boxing classes weekly, like, that's gonna change our life. I know we're gonna get into that. And I'm gonna get my hands elite and all that. I mean, these things still work, so, you know, it is what it is, but yeah. And attending a high profile gym. Like I said, those last ones was just some little tips that he put out there. I prefer working outside, especially I used to live in the state in Missouri/Kansas where you didn't get sun throughout the whole, you get the sun throughout the, but you know what I mean, like winter, all these type of different things, spring, early spring. You know, the sun is hard to come by sometimes, but a good shiny day, hot day is hard to come by. So I'm in Mexico, so I prefer to work outside, but I'm still paying for a gym because I still need to go in there, use the weights from time to time, and the connections you can make. That's what he's talking about, attending a high profile gym. And I have made connections with people, and I see people around, and hey, how you doing? It's important. Attending a high profile gym is very important, y'all, in y'all city. So there goes some of the tips, man. Long live KS, but like I said, his work don't speak for itself, man. Those are just some of the great principles I learned from him. I was gonna try to do part 1, part 2, but I'm like, nah, I'll just go ahead and put it in one video, man. I know a lot of people trying to get clout off his name, but at the same time, this is just something, I just learned a lot from this man, and I definitely kind of wanted to shed light on that to certain people, and just anybody, you know, men, women, young women. I think his teachings could definitely help us out a lot in his perspective. So there goes that, and more videos on the way. Troy Chosen.